Hi, I'm Jon Decker, PGA instructor and author of the book, Golf is My Life, Glorifying God Through the Game. Today I want to talk to you about loft and effective loft and the difference in both. Here I have my 7-iron, and my 7-iron has 36 degrees of loft on it. This is the loft that I'm talking about. The angle right here is 36 degrees. Now keep in mind that is measured on level ground. So that is my loft. So when you go into a store or a pro shop and you buy a set of clubs and you set them down on the ground, whatever the loft is, that is what the loft is measured in a static position, obviously, and on a flat ground. But in golf, you're not always playing on level lies. And I've got two scenarios here where I can talk about the effective loft. First of all, I work on uphill lies or uphill shots, and we have downhill shots. So on uphill shots, even though my 7-iron is 36 degrees, if you start putting me on an uphill lie, it's going to move to 40, and here it might move to 44 and even higher. So if you're on the golf course and you're on a really uphill lie, keep in mind, if your 7-iron normally goes 150 yards or 160 yards or whatever the distance is, you are going to lose distance because the effective loft has changed. Remember, you cannot do anything about the slopes. When your ball is on the slopes, you have to play it on the slopes. So when I go this way, my effective loft is increasing the loft of the club, which means I'm going to hit a higher shot and I'm going to lose distance. Now, one of the most basic things about uphill and downhill lies is on the uphill lie, you tilt your shoulders with the slope. And on the downhill lie, you tilt your shoulders with the slope. And when you tilt your shoulders with the slope, that, along with the lie itself, is going to change your loft. So your loft might be 36, and now it's going to go to 40, 44, and even higher. Now, you're not going to be able to put an exact number on it because there's varying degrees of uphill and downhill slopes. But in your mind, what I tell myself, if I'm on a gradual uphill lie, I tell myself, I don't have a 7-iron, I tell myself I have an 8-iron. So I club my 7-iron for an 8-iron distance. If it's a severe uphill lie, like off the side of the fairways, a lot of times on the mounds you might get a severe uphill lie, then I might even have a 9-iron. I know I'm going to hit the ball high in the air. I know when the ball hits the green, it's not going to release, it's not going to roll, it's just going to come in like a dart. Now, on the other hand, I have a downhill lie. So on a downhill lie, my effective loft decreases. So now instead of 36 here at level, I'm going to go and I might go down to 32 and even 30 and even in the 20s. Obviously, when I do this, I'm going to hit a lower trajectory. A lower ball flight is going to make the ball roll more. So I have to factor that in my club selection and when I'm going over things. For example, if I'm on a downhill lie, I don't try to go over water unless I have a really high lofted club in my hand. So I might have to play around the water. If I'm on a downhill lie, I don't hit 3-woods off the fairway. I might go to hybrids or my irons. So that's just good course management. So I'm going to illustrate here the adjustments I make. Here I'm on the uphill line. I'm simply going to make a few practice swings, feel the slope, tilt my shoulders, and make my normal swing. That ball went very high in the air, and even though it says 7 here, it's an 8-iron distance. So that's what I have to tell myself when I'm playing. Now, I'm on the downhill lie. This situation, my ball is going to come off lower. I'm going to tilt my shoulders with the slope and swing down the slope. That ball is coming out lower, and when it hits the ground, it's going to roll. So the effective loft, instead of a 7-iron, I have a 6-iron or even a 5-iron. Learn the lofts of your club. Learn what you hit off level ground when you factor in your distances. So you need to do this on the driving range. Figure out how far you hit each club, and then when you get out on the golf course, you've got to factor in the effective loft. Are you on an uphill, downhill, side hill? Those things are going to be very important in your club selection. Learn a little bit more about your clubs, and you're going to improve your game.